Put your hand together for David Borode, FCA.
And this aspect of life affects every one of us, and it's about money. Many years ago, specifically, I think about 1930, there was a man that was born, and as at today, when you go and you go the list of the richest man in the world, you're always going to see him as part of them, and that has been for maybe over 30 years. And if there is any way I could introduce what we are looking at today, it's just talking about Warren Buffett. And one thing I learned about him that made him so profound for me to start with him was the fact that making money, financial management, history informed us that he learned that from his father. And that's the first challenge I'm going to be throwing to the parents. What are we teaching our children? And what are the children learning from us? He was the one that said, okay, you already have it. He was the one that said that you cannot produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. And that is to teach us patience. When it comes to making money, if there is anything that is pivotal, is patience. For those of us that have a background from Africa, we know that is one of the virtues that maybe if you check with those that are actually that have made their money, toiling and working for it, we know it's come from patience. And that's why those are the things we must start teaching our children. History informs us that Warren Buffett started investing at the age of 11. And if by now our first child, first girl or first boy is 11 and you have not started putting them through on how to invest, so we have to start doing that. And if there is any other thing that is also very important, very profound that I learned from it, which we must teach our children, is about the management of money and the wisdom in managing money. And you know the rules? It said rule number 1, never lose what? Money. And he went ahead. He said the second rule, do not forget that you must not lose money. And today, what he started many years back, what he started, I think, 1967, as of today, he was able to acquire the company, and then the company has even grown and become so big, and that's why it is very pivotal. I start from that. Somebody that it was consequent upon what he learned from his dad. It was consequence upon the fact that he acquired knowledge from his father. That's why we can reckon with him. If our children will be reckoned with in the skill of life, we must start teaching them. The best way they can learn, let me challenge us. There is an adage that says charity begins at where? It must start with us. Very, very important. And if we lose that and we want the adverts on the social media, like my organ has spoken so much about social media, we want the advert as on social media. It's good, our teachers are doing greatly in other schools, but I must tell you that it must start with us. And one thing that I've also learned is that whatever you don't have, you cannot give. Yes or yes? Pardon me, because I'm a teacher, so I know when it is right answer, everybody will say yes. Now, whatever we don't have, we cannot give. So I'm going to start with us. I'm just being, I'm one way or the other, being I'm calm and kept by this stuff. I'm a passionate speaker, and I could be, but this thing is stopping me from moving around. So I will just manage it for today. What we don't have, we cannot give. We agree with me? And that's why I'm going to start with us parents. We need to learn the philosophy of money, the philosophy of making money. And I call it the prosperity philosophy, the mindset of those that are prosperous. If you don't have that belief, if you don't have that understanding, it might be difficult for us for even to teach our own very children. And I'm going to be giving us arrays of numbers of philosophy that those guys that we talk about, when you do a roll call and you do a listing of people that are very rich globally, and then you are asking, and we're asking ourselves, oh, Paramention, you know, those children, they are very inquisitive, and they're asking you, Mommy, tell us, why is it that this man is so rich? Why is it that this woman is so rich this way? Why is it that you are not rich that way? So that we know what are the philosophy, what have taken them to get to that pinnacle, that zenith of being among the richest people globally. If there is anything, number one thing is self-awareness, and that's our reality. I tell people, you know, when I take a class on self-awareness, it can take a whole day. It's very pivotal to everyone. And if you are going to be asking me, your self-awareness is about who you are. And I ask us a question, who are you? Have you ever asked yourself one day who you are? Have you been able to answer the question about who you are? Who are you? And then another question is, what is your gift? What do you have? Your gifting. Those awareness, those are the things. If when you check with Warren Buffett, you check with Bezos, you check with all these guys, they have what we call self-awareness. They know who they are. And the next question is, who do you know? Very, very important. Who do you know? It's about who you know. You know, permit me, let me make a biblical allusion. Now, there was a time when Jesus started his ministry. And then there was a challenge. His first ministry, his first miracle. How many of us remember, children? How many of us remember where it happened? Canaan and what? Very good. And then they were lacking wine. It was finished. But it's about, nobody knows who Jesus happens to be. They never knew he's a what? Miracle worker. It took only one person that had self-awareness, the mother. He knew what he could do. And then when they were even confused and they don't know what they could do, he went to him, he told one of the servants, he said, that man, whatever he tells you to do, just do it. It's about who you know. Now, the next question I'm going to be asking us is, who do you know? I mean, what do you know? You see, the knowledge you are is a function of how far you can go in life. Now, many years back, I think about 1986, if I'm not mistaken, in the largest, the most populous black African country in the world, Nigeria, there are two men. These two men, they have about, I think, millions in 20, about 20 million or 26 million, whatever, I cannot remember how much it is now. And both of them have almost equal amount of money. One of them decided to use that money. He built a very massive mansion. The other man bank at Jimovia. As of today, Zenith Bank, as of 2020, 2021, 2021, 2022, they moved from 292 to 290 bank all over the world. As of today in Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken, Zenith Bank should be number one. They have about $275 million worth of net worth and about 500 branches, about 10,000 employees. And that was somebody that has a knowledge. What do you know? It's about what you know. Your awareness go a long way. That guy knew that if he puts his money in an investment that will help not just one person, not just two persons, that will help numbers of people, and you can tell he has built a legacy for himself and for his family. Yes or yes? So we must understand it's about first our self-awareness. The next thing is self-expression. If you don't express yourself, it doesn't matter your background, you must come out of that shell. Out of that background, you have a dream. There is something inside of you. Our potential is the most certain thing that are buried. A lot of human beings will die with our potential inside of us. There are great potential inside of us. We must express our dream. You must be able to understand the purpose why you exist. You must believe you can achieve it. And then when the others are not seeing it, you must begin to see it. When you can express yourself, it's easy for you to know who you are. When you can express yourself, it will be easy for you to achieve greatness. And then when you have all these future, it's easy for us to help our children. Look at what this man of God said. He said, know where to go when you know where to go, when you do not know what to do, what to do. Now, as it's about your self-awareness. Look at it. When the wine was done, finished. A lot of those guys, they don't even know where to go. But when you have self-awareness, when you don't know what to do at a particular time in your life, you will know where to do what, where to go. Number next, self-reliability and then your mindset. You must understand it's about you. You must be able to rely on yourself. You must be able to know that you have so much capacity and ability to achieve greatness. One thing I remember, permit me, I'm a good student of the Bible. One thing I remember is that when God was creating man, he said all that he made them what? Good. That's number one. He gave us dominion. We have hegemony. He gave us supremacy. We have so much capacity. You can see at some point in the United States of America, the patent office was going to be closed because they felt all the invention they were expecting has happened. And as at that time, we were not having airplane. As at that time, all the innovation we have in computer now, we don't have it. That's to tell you how massive the capacity of human being is. And we must know all of this so that we can teach our children. We must understand about our self-reliability, and we must be able to express it as much as possible. In doing this, you must learn to take action. Somebody said, be patient with action, and then be patient with results. There are some of us, we are very slow in taking action, and that's why we lose opportunity. You know, there was a story that I put up some write-up on it during the COVID. The COVID was not even easy enough yet, especially in Kenya. There was a woman. She was not even having anything to eat. You know, during COVID, it's even difficult, except for the developed environment where we are now, where the government was giving a lot of palliative and food everywhere. Like in Kenya, there was no food for them to eat. You know what the woman did? Tell the person beside you, take action. Now, the woman, what he did was to put a pot on fire, and then he put stone inside it. He just carried out, you can call it a foolish action. And then the children, they thought the woman was cooking food, but it was just cooking stone. And when the children find out what the mother was doing, you know what they did? They broadcasted it around, and they said our mommy was cooking stone for us. And people that heard about it, they came to their rescue. It was, go and Google it. Just say the Kenya woman that cooked stone during COVID-19. It's just about taking action, and that's to tell how important it is, how reliable we can be individual, and then let's believe in ourselves, think and reflect. Very, very important. And then also take your destiny into your hand. Time will not allow me. I could have told you a story of a woman that was born in Zimbabwe. At the age of 15 years, he already have children. And then Tara Trump, if you have had a story, she's a great woman now, reckoned with globally. As a teen, I think she had about 3 or 2 kids. She couldn't go to school. Somebody came to Zimbabwe at that time from America, and then she was a girl sitting and she was asking them, he said, what is your ambition and where do you want to be? Others were saying what they want to be. She said, at age 18, when she was, seems as if there is no for again after giving birth to children, she said she wants to go to the United States of America, she wants to have BSc and Master. And she achieved it. It took a longer time. Today, she's a professor. She has built, if I'm not mistaken, about 30 schools in Zimbabwe. She has taken care of many children. Take your destiny into your hands. See, when we don't do it, those children, they will ask us questions at some point. And then you may not have answer to their question. Self-education and learning, very, very important. Let's learn is all about what we learn. Somebody said if you want to double your income, then triple the rate of your learning. Learning will do what? Increase your learning. All the guys that have made so much money, these are their philosophy. Seek a turnaround. Very, very important. And then select your association. I ask you a question. Who are your friends?
Painting without tears. Just what I was looking for.
Painting without tears. I've got my copy. Get yours now.
There was a story of two guys that was sent from, I think it's from United Kingdom, they were sent to a coast in Africa, and then the company, what they were doing is producing shoes. And then they sent them to this very many years back. And when they got to the country where they were asked to go, the first guy, very smart guy, he looked around and he found out nobody was wearing shoes. And he called back, he said, no business opportunity here. Some of us, we only have eyes we are not seeing. You need to tell the person beside you, you have to see rightly. And it's about being optimistic, critical thinking. And the other guy, he looks around, he said there is massive business opportunity here. The question is, what do you see? You will not be able to teach these children even when you are not saying well. Everything you are seeing are pessimistic. Issues that are negative. You are like a pessimist. Every bad thing, those are the things you see. Even when you are discussing, those are the things you tell the children. You may not be rich, I'm sorry to say. We must be able to see rightly. We must be optimistic. Your observation skill, to solve problems. If you are not observant, you cannot solve any problem. There was this story I learned when I was growing up. Now, it was in a farm environment, and then a man kept yam somewhere in the farm, in a hut in the farm. Those of us that have been to farm before, you know what I'm talking about. So, when the man got to the hut, he found out that the yam had been stolen. But when he was coming, and some of us, because we are hurrying, we are going everywhere, we don't even observe our environment. If the guy was not observant, he will never find solution to who stole the yam. Now, when he was coming, he met a lot of people. And when he met all those people he saw, he was looking at them, he was just observant. So when he got to the farm, and he saw that the yam was stolen, the first thing he observed was that the person that stole the yam has to carry something like a shear. He stood on something, and then he was able to bring out the yam. That means he's a very short person. That's number one solution. Then he observed the ground, and he observed there is patterns of a gun. And he concluded, he said, if the hunter I saw, that's not hunter. That's observation. Do you understand? You must be observant for you to solve problem. And when you solve problem, you are going to be rich. Very, very important. Let me run because of our time and look at what Elimo said. He said, you get paid in direct proportion to what? The difficulty of the problem you solve. Solve problem. Tell the person beside you, solve problem. When you solve problem, people will look for you. When you solve problem, people will find you. And before you know it, we turn to a lot of money. And then another science we need is that you must have multiple streams. If it is only only the work of our hand that is giving you money now. Somebody did an analysis and it was thought-provoking. He said, if you are working, just you can do the math. He said, and you are earning 25,000, maybe 25,000 pounds per annum. In 40 years, how much can you make? In 40 years, just gross. Don't let us remove tax, don't remove anything. In 40 years, how much will you make? 25,000 per annum. In 40 years, how much will that be? 1 million. Thank you, man. Do you know, in 40 years, do you know that somebody can do business and make 1 million in 1 month? And that's why I want to challenge you. You must multiply your streams of income. Look for medium opportunity to multiply your stream of income. There are a lot of things you can do. I will just run through them. Capital gain. What do you have? Maybe houses, property, stock, any of all of these. When you acquire them over time, they will appreciate, and then you can sell and gain money. Interest income, this is about lending money, maybe to the government. You can buy bond, you can buy treasury bill, dividend income. These are things that you can use. The majority of them are passive income. Rental income. You have an house or you even rent and you rent and you lease back. Then business income, very, very important. Royalty income. You know, you have so much potential. You have so much capacity. There are some things you are creating. Go and patent them. Have a copyright. You can benefit so much from all of these. And then your normal earning. Maybe you love working. Your passion is about working. And then another thing that can give us money is that buy income generating assets. Somebody asked a question, and when he asked that question, I wrote it down. He said, before he realized how he could make money, he find out that he's the only one that is the asset generating income. You know, all of us as human beings, we are assets. I'm asking you a question, maybe as the father of the house or as the mother, are you the only asset generating income? You will soon die. Sorry to say. Because the body will be too much on you. Let's multiply the asset generating income. Buy as many assets as possible. There are a lot of assets you can buy. Dividend paying stock, I've mentioned it. There is what we call the estate trust fund. Now, and this will reduce your risk when you come to stock or shares. Then property investing, you can buy to let. You can even let and then rent out again. Increase and multiply your income. Buy assets. The real estate, just like I've mentioned before. Now there are other organizations that we can invest, like what we call the real estate investment trust fund. Now you can put your money in there. You don't even need to go and buy that real estate and then you are looking for mortgage and you go to this bank and what have you. There are some of those this real estate investment trust fund you can approach. You put your money there. It's a pool. They have many people that are investing. And then they will go and buy those houses, those property, and then you get dividend. They are passive income. Multiply your income. Buy asset generating income. Look at what Warren Buffett said. If you don't find a way to make money while you are sleeping, what will happen? What will happen? You will work until you die. Let's multiply income. Now, leverage. What are you leveraging on? OPM, other people's money. You know, look at, there are some people so a lot of the organization, listen now, even though there are insurance, or a lot of the financial institutions, even though there are insurance and there are a lot of risk management strategy they put in place, nobody will pray that his debtor will die. Do you understand? Nobody, sorry, the creditor. Nobody will pray that his creditor will die. Because it's about leveraging on people's money. And majority of these billionaires can find out they have so much big portfolio of debt. They are using our money. Those of us that are in the habit of keeping money in the savings account and you are not doing anything with it, it is not wise. Invest your money in streams of income, other people's knowledge. Leverage on other people's knowledge. That's OPK. Go and meet, get mentor, talk to consultants, ask them how you can invest your money, other people's credibility, other people's connection, and other people's time. Those are the way we can leverage. And listen to me, don't waste your time with people that are not resourceful. You will not be rich. That's what they're going to say. Say the life is too short to hang out with people who are not what? Resourceful. Get people that will help you. Then there is what we call the law of demand and automated business. Now look for the market where you know that there are needs. Go to that market. Solve that problem. There was something I didn't mention when I was telling us about solving problem. Those of us that are running after passion, don't run after passion, run after problem. Look for people problem and solve it and see you will be rich. Look for demand and meet those demands. If you look at and then automate your business as much as possible. If you look at virtually, for a high number of the top millionaires, billionaires globally, about 7 of the 10, their business were automated. Amazon, Google, which one again? Facebook. Help me now. Automate your business. Automate eBay. Automate your business. That is very, very important. And then there are also these 3 financial plan our advisors also do. The first one is get rich fast. Second one, get rich smart. And the third one is get rich certain. If you are going to get rich fast, 2 to 7 years, all those risk-free investments like bond, like I've told you, if you have any potential, majority of us, we have so many capacity inside of us, and then you want to bury it because you are working, you are engaged. When you finish this shift, you go for another shift. You're supposed to have something that you are pretending, something you have copyright on, and it's giving you money. It can make you rich very fast. Put your money in dividends that will yield income. You can go on Google and check what we call dividend autocrat. You are going to see a lot of dividend that can help you to, businesses you can put in your money and then you can get dividend from them. Then get rich smart. This is about real estate is there, anything that will give you capital gain, businesses, sense of business idea. You remember, as of today, if you know how much Instagram is earning, how much Facebook is earning from Instagram. They bought it from one guy many years back. I think the guy is from Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken. And then they are making so much money from it. Even if you cannot start a business, because you find out there are some, like say for example in the UK, you find out that a lot of those industry, they are close up. You have syndicate or what have you. Look for business to buy. There are some businesses that are existing. I have a friend back in Africa, and he also lives here. He was telling me, I said, oh boy, if you want to do anything, buy business. He has bought a cleaning business. Within a very short time, he has started making money. Look for ideas. People, there are ideas out there. Buy. eBay bought paper. Elon Musk bought Twitter. Look for business you can buy. It can be an SME, you can make it big. That's how to get rich smart. And then to get rich certain, it will take a longer time. Just like what Buffett did. Business is still the way. Private equity very important. Then you have to push. Just like I've mentioned, you can still buy business. And because over time, now to our children. How do we educate our children? I'm going to be rounding up now. Now, one thing I taught my child, each time I come back from, children can be very wasteful, yes or yes. If you don't teach them, they don't understand. In fact, those one because I have a baby is 1 year plus. They will, when I give her anything to eat, she will first of all put it on the floor, scatter it and start picking it. They don't understand. And then you have to teach them. The first thing I started teaching my first daughter, whenever I come back from store, I will show her the receipt. I will say, see how much I bought it, see how much I bought it. We have to teach them. Very, very important. The first thing you should be teaching those children, you need to open a bank account for them. Let there be a checking account for them. And that will teach them how to save money, how to withdraw money, and how to even use debit card, not credit card now. Also, pay for their extra work. If you don't let them see that there is value in hard working and in working hard, they will not understand. And you find out you are the only one doing all the work. And if you touch them, social worker will come at you. Yes. So you have to be teaching them. Tell them if you do extra work, this is what I'm going to pay you. And when you pay them that money, let them put it in their account. What you are teaching them is to value hard work, is to value support, is to understand that mommy must not die alone. You find that you are in the kitchen, you are the only one doing all the work because you are not teaching them. And when you are teaching them that, you are teaching them how to work to make money. Very, very important. Number next is that for them to save, teach them to save, and teach them how to donate, and teach them how to spend. Teach them this rule that I put in there, this ratio. Of everything they earn, let them know that they can spend 50%. 20% can be saved, and 30% they can use it for what? For 30% can be saved, 20% can be donated. Very, very important. And then personal financial goal. Teach them, tell them that you set a goal. Tell your children that what's your goal for 2023. If you don't have any, your children will not learn how to set goal. Financial goal is very important. You want to teach them to learn how to plan financial goal. Tell them about what you are doing. Look at what somebody said. He said, if you don't teach children what to do with their money, market and advert, when they are watching Tiny Paw, they will be seeing all those things there. That's what he's teaching them. He said, market and advert. we gladly show them how to do what? To spend. Don't give your children to a stranger to teach them how to grow and to be better. And then plan, process, and also significant purchase. We must teach them all of that, and that will help them to learn to have sense of belonging. What am I saying? Now, when you want to buy something very expensive, there is something you want to buy. Call your child and just even though.
Pastor Parenting Clinic is the show, the real show. Join me. Let us enjoy it together this week, and don't forget to subscribe.
Their contribution may not be what, at times they are very intelligent. They might even be the one that will tell you, I grew up somewhere that when the adults are talking, they will tell us children must not talk. Those are initiative killing expressions. Don't tell your children like that. When you are making plans, let them know that you are planning to get something or buy something very expensive. They can have an idea. They can even say something. At times somebody said, even you can learn from a madman. Yes or yes? Very good. So teach them. Let them be part of whatever you are doing. And you know what that will do? It will give them sense of responsibility. And then cause transparency. Like I said, when you go to store and you come back, if you don't want them to waste anything again, show them and say this is what I've expended. And then pay your children to read book. It will help them. Pay them to read book, and whatever you pay them when they read book, save it. And I know with all of this will be better. Our children will be better, our family will be better. I've taken so much time, and if there is anything I will advise us, let's take all of this back home and we'll get better. Thank you very much.
Oh, how do you pay for that?